Hello guys, welcome to Group 4. That's it member in my group. So today we would like to present about case study. The Pirate Bay. Haven't you ever heard about it? If yes, this video clip is going to get you know deeply about these applications and more details about it. After this, you can get new knowledge. This is the purpose of the talk today. We are going to divide it into 4 parts here. Introduction, key analysis, regressions, and the last lesson learned. Now let's start. The Pirate Bay were established in September 2003 by the Swedish.
The Pirate Bay has been run as a separate organization since October 2004. The Pirate Bay offers free access to millions of copyrighted songs and music, has been one of the world's best known and the most popular pirate music and content science for over a decade. Although the Pirate Bay is part of the European social and political movement, as it's the copyrighted content and it does not operate a database of that part. In 2009, 4 founders were sentenced to 1 year in prison. The service was moved and located in various locations, such as France, Finland, Italy, Germany, Denmark, Ireland, the UK, and Greece. The website was blocked by some governments. At the same time, the company's financial resources also began to run dry, with financial penalties. In 2016, the Pirate Bay celebrated its 13th anniversary. The Pirate Bay returned to the top spot at present, more than 6 million visited users and nearly 32 million peers. Let's move to part 2, case analysis.
In part 2, we discussed what problems the company faced and how to solve it. Firstly, we have to understand what is Pirate Bay. The Pirate Bay has been one of the world's best known and most popular pirate music and contents sites to the decade, offering free access to millions of copyright songs and thousands of copyright Hollywood movies, television shows, and video games. Secondly, what problem does the company face? The Pirate Bay provides a search engine that generates a list of search results from P2P networks around the world, offering free access to millions of copyright songs and thousands of copyright Hollywood movies, television shows, and video games. It faced a lot of legal concerns. The first Swedish court in Stockholm declared the Pirate Bay before 4 founders guilty of violating Swedish copyright law and sentenced them to 1 year in prison and payment of $3.5 million in restitution to the plaintiffs. All Swedish divisions of the major record firms such as Warner Music, Sony, and EMI Group. The court found that the defendant and incite a copyright infringement by providing a website with search function, easy uploading, and storage possibilities and a tracker. The court also for defendant and had been aware of the fact that copyright material was shared with the help of the site, and the defendants were engaged in commercial enterprise basis of which was encouraging visitors to violate the copyrights of the owner. The primary purpose of the Pirate Bay was to violate copyright to make money for the co-founders.
Finally, how can the company solve this problem? According to the case study, TPP claims is merely a search engine providing pointers to existing P2P networks that is not itself controlled. It says that it cannot control what content users ultimately find on those P2P networks, and that is no different from any other search engine, such as Google or Bing, which are not held responsible for the content found on sites list in search result. In 2011, the firm moved its serves into caves in Sweden in dispersed multi-copies of its to program to other countries. As interest continued to occur on financial penalties previously lived on TPB, Storm, the site's primary financial backer, declared bankruptcy in 20, 2016. TPP returned to the top spot among sites its kind 2016 after a multi-year hiatus due to its leadership upheaval and frequent closures.
Moving on, we're gonna answer the case questions. Firstly, why did the TPB, which is stand for the Private Bay, believe it was not violating copyright laws, and what did the Swedish court rule? They claimed it was the P2P networks that doesn't control themselves, and they were only the search engine that pointed to them. The Swedish courts did rule that the TPB did violate Swedish copyright laws and sentenced the four founders a year of prison time and $3.5 million of restitution to the plaintiffs. Secondly, how has the TPP managed to continue operating despite being found in violation of copyright laws? They moved their servers, dispersed multiple copies of its program to other countries, and TPP also moved around to many different countries. And lastly, how has the music industry reacted to the problems created by pirates like TPP? They have had to change their business model to include digital distribution platforms. They included online platforms like iTunes, paper downloads, subscription, and cloud-based streaming.
Okay, let's move to part 4. Learn lesson. What is the lesson learned behind the company and the government itself implicit? Firstly, I want to talk to you about the company. When we want to start a business, even though the business is short or long, temporary, long-term or temporary business, you need to thoroughly think about the threat and risk of business. In this case, the company requires very much to think the copyright at the beginning of business because all other things they post on the website just come from the respect of somebody not done. So this is a long action. Secondly, from the government perspective, they should enforce stronger punishment for copyright violation. So the company they should be afraid of the punishment and will not violate the rules and laws. Besides, they should take stronger concern about the intellectual and property protection so that we can protect the owner of property. That is the end of our presentation, and thank you for listening, and bye bye.